The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a Galactic Council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. And thank you for listening to the Satori Show. This is your host, Amy Satori. Thank you so much for being here. I am getting I'm getting such a hard time right now. If you are 18 years old, you are not allowed to listen to this show right now. Oh my gosh. I've just done a couple of YouTube videos on my channel about taking personal responsibility, and that's not what I'm laughing at. A week or two ago, we had a big snowstorm, and I said we all had 6 inches coming in 2 hours, and everybody is like sex deprived right now. So it became the biggest inside joke, and it's all over my Instagram. And now, like every video, everything that I say, they're like, "Is that your 6 inches? Is that your?" And it's like, I was just on the phone with a friend and I said something and it wasn't even an innuendo. It wasn't meant to be. And she gave me a hard time too. And I was just like, I've dug myself in this and I can't get out. So, pretty funny. She said she roared when she heard that on the video. I don't even remember which one it is. So I can't even point you guys to it. You'll have to browse through the videos. I can't even tell you guys, like there's these incredible energies right now. I went out with a friend of mine, Shay Ross, last night, and I had no idea it was St. Patrick's Day. I totally forgot. Nobody's been talking about it. Yes, I have green. Nobody pinch me or touch me. So she invited me out, and we had the best time I think I've ever had sober. In fact, we had such an incredible time. We thought that we had been like roofied or something. We seriously thought so. The longer it went on, I think we hung out for like 3 hours. And we were like, "Do you feel this way?" And she was like, "Well, yeah, like," I was like we had an edible before we came. She's like, "Yeah, like an edible." Or like, and we were thinking of all these things, like when you're hypoglycemic and all of a sudden it's like you start getting really like slap happy. We were coming up with all these different things that like to describe how we were feeling. It was so buzzy and so fun, and we both felt drunk and silly and higher than a kite, completely sober. It was just awesome. It was so incredible. I haven't had that kind of fun. I don't know, and we've hung out before. It was pretty great, but geez, last night was just unbelievably fun. It was just, it was awesome. I don't even know why. It's like there's this. It was really crazy too because we got home and one of my friends, I was talking on the phone with a totally different friend. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was telling her what a great time I had, and then she sees this post by this guy on Facebook. And he's talking about these energies lately. and how there's like these little portals or little vortexes of bubbling happy energy. And I was like, yeah, we definitely were on one of those things, because we were even trying to describe like, what's the energy feel like? Oh, well, it's like it's like kind of like a spiral. It's like Kundalini energy rising in us, and then it kind of like pours out and goes out. So it was really funny. It was really cool. So anyway, be on the lookout, or be aware that it could happen to you as well. Anyway, so we got some callers on the line here. Start with you. Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh my God, hi, I'm so excited I got through. Oh my gosh. I want to just, first of all, thank you for everything that you do. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you, and you're welcome.
My name is Candace. I just have a quick question, I guess, about my twin flame. I know who he is. It's been confirmed by the universe and everything, all that good stuff.
Okay.
We're very good friends. We're co-workers.
Okay.
So we see each other all the time.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing, because
it's horrible
when you're not together. It's torture, right? Oh man,
torture. It's in what's crazy is that he has spiritual knowledge. He knows a lot of stuff, but he doesn't know the whole twin flame terminology. He doesn't talk about that kind of stuff. We're friends. But it's hard to be his friend, obviously. But I guess I have a question. So we're around each other a lot. We go to lunch sometimes together. You know, I'm aware of our connection. He's aware of our connection. He's even said it. Mm-hmm. But there's this thing that he does, and it makes me wonder if it's related to a past life with him. But I don't know why he does it. He doesn't understand why he does it. He just does it. But he's got this thing where he feels the need to touch my ears. And I know it sounds silly, but he touches my ears all the time. Like, dude, why are you touching? We could be sitting out having lunch, and he'll just stare at me, and then all of a sudden he's got to touch my ears. Why my ears? So I'm wondering if that's related to a past life. You know,
I get a yes.
Okay.
I get a yes. Okay, let me feel into this. That's cute. Okay. For some odd reason, okay, hang on. I'm trying to get past a crew of laughing spirits. So they're trying to razz me, and I can't concentrate. Okay, hang on a second. You guys, shush. Okay, hang on. Okay, past life, touching ears. It was something about. Oh, it's something about you. I think you were a pilot or something like that. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about people who fly or fly their own planes or whatever. But it kind of reminds me of Amelia Earhart or something, like somebody who flew, and when you would come back, he would take your earphone thingies off. I don't know, maybe they fly with the earphone things, and you couldn't hear, and you would be yelling because I guess the noise or something. I don't know how all that works, but it feels like when you would get home, maybe you were the guy, I'm not sure, but you would get home and take the things off, and then he would come or she would come, and what is he or she? Was the other was the twin a he or she? He was the she. So you were a male, a pilot, and so she would come up and take your earphones off and rub your ears, like teasing you, like you're home now. You gotta listen. You can hear me now.
Oh wow!
I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. So it's like I think he just like it's an endearing thing. It became a really sweet thing that he would do when he would or she would greet you. If that makes sense. So I guess he just still does it.
I have no idea. I honestly, I have a past life regression scheduled a couple of weeks out, so I'm gonna go do that in my hometown very very soon with my Reiki lady.
Nice.
Because
nice.
I have a lot of questions, but I
maybe you can,
or I call myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say maybe you can look into that life. Find out more information. Well, it might be pertinent.
I will definitely mention it to her. I will
get a yes on that. Because I think that was a life when you guys actually worked really well together, and I didn't actually mean work, but when I slip up, it's actually true. So I think you guys actually did work together in the past as well, and I think you guys worked really well together, and that you were a really great team romantically as well as working together. So very cool. It might be really neat to see, like, when you go into that past life. I would ask your higher self, or whatever you're going to do in the regression. I would ask the questions about, how did we work best together? What were the mechanisms in place that, like, what was he really good at? What was I really good at? And things like that. It might be kind of fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's very interesting. And it's interesting that you say that. I probably was the man, because I am the one who's always running.
Oh.
He chases me like crazy.
That's hilarious. So you're the masculine.
Oh my! His energy, when he's around me, his energy is so intense. I have to get away. Like, I cannot. Like, I love him to death. He's a sweetheart. But there's something. Sometimes my entire body vibrates. I feel my body vibrating from the inside out when I'm around him.
What?
And it becomes too much.
Wow.
And I don't know what to do about it besides just go grab a big chunk of tourmaline and hide in the closet. Like, I literally don't know what to do. But I love him. We're friends. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love him to death. And I mean,
well, why aren't you guys together? What's the situation? Why are you guys in separation?
Well, we met in 2015, and he was going through a divorce. And I, of course, the way we were raised, you don't date married men. He pursued me anyway, and I shut him down every time. So I guess he got tired of me shutting him down, and he went and got himself a soulmate, or another woman who obviously didn't mind him still being married. And he moved her and her kids in with him, and they're still together. But I know he's not happy because he vents, and that's another thing that drives my energy through the roof, is that he vents about her and his unhappiness, and I can't take it. I can't help him.
No.
And I've told him several ways from Sunday, like, I don't know what you want from me. I give you my friendship, but I can't, and I'm not jealous, and I'm not being horrible to you, and I love you no matter what, unconditionally, that, but I don't want to hear about your girlfriend. I don't.
Good.
So
good.
It's been like this for years. I mean, like 2015 is 2019 now, and he's still stuck in that situation. I don't know if he's afraid. I don't know. And the kids aren't his. He doesn't have kids with her. She's just someone that he conveniently, moved into his space while he was going through his divorce. So I guess maybe she was what he needed at the time, and she's still there. So I see him at work. I'm sorry.
They're in it. Well, they're in it until they are uncomfortable enough to leave it. And this eclipse energy is so great for that. I mean, I'm talking to so many people who are breaking up right now, and it's great because they're on to greener pastures. So
we'll see. I don't get my hopes up. I don't have any expectations. I do love him, and if we were together tomorrow, if his situation were, completely done, and he knew for a fact that he was who he needs to be in order to be with me, I would love him for the rest of my life in that way. But as things stand right now, I got to do my own thing. I see him at work. That's enough. That's plenty.
Okay.
Trust me. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. And in a way, it's kind of unfortunate that you work together because he gets to see you and still be around you, and maybe he would miss you more if you weren't working together anymore, but I wouldn't leave just for that.
No, actually, my work environment is very hostile. My boss is very, very horrible to me. So trust me, I'm working on that too. And it's not because of him. I need to get out of that situation.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm telling everybody across the board right now, if you're not happy, if you're not really, really happy, then get out of it. Whatever it is, whether this be a relationship or it's whatever, work, anything. We can't tolerate mediocre anymore, and we can't be settling for a life that's beneath us. It's time for us to spread our wings and fly. And this is the year to do it.
For me, my block is that fear. I'm a single mom. I have a mortgage. I have 2 kids. So my fear is if I have nothing lined up. There's nothing out there that pays what I make. You know, I just have that fear that my kids and myself will be homeless if I do that because there's no prospects anywhere. So that's my issue is the fear.
One of the things that you can do is you can kind of paste a new reality over your reality. You can kind of bring in another timeline. There's a great book called Quantum Jumping that's really great. But basically, if you, and I don't even know if the book says this part, I'm just throwing out the title of the book because it talks about this subject, but I have not read this part in it. But basically, if you visualize strong enough a life over the life that you have, by that I mean that you, like, instead of seeing what's in your immediate environment, you're actually seeing what you want to see in your mind's eye. You're kind of replacing the new life with the old life, and you could use affirmations as well. This is just another way of manifesting. So you can be picturing that you're at the new job or that you've just gotten this great offer and you're celebrating. You just found out on the phone and you're all jumping up and down excited and you're telling everybody how much money you make. Another would be like you could use the affirmation and say, thank you so much for all the lucrative experiences being magnetized to me right now. You know, thank you so much. Like, you're talking to the universe or God or your higher self or whatever you want, and just say, thank you so much for all these incredible, lucrative opportunities that are coming to me at this time. And any time that you go to worry or think about how you don't have opportunities, replace it with that affirmation and feel it with all of your heart and just be so grateful.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if you've listened to how I came to get on this path, but there was a time when I arrived in Boulder and all my plans fell through and I didn't have a place to stay or anything. And I was on the verge of panic for a moment. And I just kept saying, thank you so much for all the options. Thank you so much for all the options. Thank you so much for all the options. And so I wouldn't even let myself panic. I would just replace it with saying that with all the faith that I had. And I did that, I don't even know, probably 30 to 50 times a day. And within about 2 days, I had an incredible place to stay. Very soon after, I had a job. Everything started lining up incredibly. And miracles have just been happening ever since. So that's how simple the affirmation can be.
I guess for me, my thing is, I'm on the fence about, okay, do I, because the environment is so toxic. It's been reported to HR. Everything has been done that I feel at this point I'm at the end of my rope. So it's like, okay, do I walk away from this job and still have that state of mind, or do I stay and put up with the abuse and try and like superimpose that state of mind over what I'm going? Because it's so hard when I've got this person in my face. You know, I'm very
honestly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, if you've got some money saved up and you feel like you could afford a few months not having a job, at least 2-3 months or so, I would get the heck out of there. I would definitely, because that's bringing your vibration down. Your vibration is the most important thing you have. It is your biggest tool. So if somebody's like raining on your parade constantly or pulling you down, or their drama's pulling you down, or they just got you feeling flat even, not let alone abusive, that stress is causing you to stay really stuck. So I would say break free of that environment, get the heck out of there, and then just immediately start affirming. It kind of reminds me of when you do energy work and you extract something out of the body, there's like this hole there still. So you got to fill that back in with positive energy, or like negative energy can go in there. It's like you leave yourself vulnerable. So it's like I would get out of there, and then I would celebrate that you left immediately. Like, go drink and have fun, celebrate, to like be so excited. And then
I dream about it all the time. I really do.
See, that's even worse. If you think about it all the time, you're producing more of it. So if you watch your thoughts right now, because everybody is manifesting so quickly right now, you really got to be like, refine your thoughts. Don't think about anything negative or that you don't want, because you're going to bring more of that into your life.
Okay.
So I would say get the heck out. Get the heck out. I want to read into this for you, though, and just kind of see if there's another opportunity that's coming up for you immediately, or anything that I can tell you to kind of help with this. Hang on a second, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like there's... It feels like if you do, it's kind of funny because I can see the energy of like whatever I say to whoever I'm talking to, I can see the energy of what it does. So I can see what happens if they don't listen to me, and I can see what happens if they do. And that's so cool. If you do listen to me, and you just immediately start affirming, I feel like you could have something come in. You could find something. I just got the word Indeed. So, and I think that's Indeed.com. But
I look on there every day.
Perfect. So I feel like within 2 days of you just going gung-ho, like all excited, be excited about looking for a new job. Don't treat it like drudgery. Be like, yes, I have, now I can be free, and now I can have this incredible, workspace. Now I can have my twin miss me and maybe come after me. Maybe this will cause some big change, Any change people are going through right now is a positive change for the better. We're all going into a more authentic energy in all areas of our lives. So get the heck out of there. It looks like it's going to be a very brief situation. You're going to go right into something else.
Oh, good. Because like literally, that's in my reality, or from what I see from where I sit, that job is the only dark spot in my life. Even if you have to take less money right now, they might, raise you up into management or something like that, to where you can make more money in that company. But you just want to get a good fit vibrationally. You want to get a company that really values you in a place that makes you kind of excited to go to work. If you have that, then you can build on that from there. That's just how I would approach it anyway. I wouldn't hold out for the position that pays as much as you've got now. Although I would be affirming that as much as possible. I'd be saying, I love making this much money. I love doing, I would just use affirmations like crazy to try and produce the same situation. I mean, and try and stay as open-minded as you can, because one of the things that I was like worried about when I got here and I didn't have a place, so many things like, they're gonna ask for a contract. They're gonna ask me to commit for a year, and I don't know how long I'll be here. And they're gonna this and they're gonna that. There was all these ideas I had in my head, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna be open to anything. And so I left. Yeah. I was just like, thank you so much for all the options. I ended up getting a place with super cheap rent. They gave me like $300 off of what they were gonna charge the normal person because they liked me. And they gave me like a month to month. I didn't even have to sign a contract. I didn't even have to put down a deposit. Wow. Yeah. So you really got to like not pigeonhole, opportunities. Keep it open. Okay. Keep it wide open. Thank you so much for all that. I've been doing that.
I'm so blessed. Oh, you could also, like, one of my favorite options when it comes to money is to say, I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. Okay. And we recorded this, so you'll be able to go back and write that down if you want. Anybody else listening can use that too. It's just, it's super powerful. I can't even tell you what it's done in my life. It's like amazing. So definitely use that.
I want to start tonight.
Oh, that's funny. I just randomly, I have some cards in front of me, and I just picked the 2 of Cups. So I think it's just encouragement, and I feel like you going to another environment, I think will be good for you guys. I think it's gonna, you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yeah, because he's draining me. Like he's killing me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted.
Aww.
Around
well,
him.
You need a break.
Yeah.
You need a break and a new opportunity, and I think it's coming soon.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
You're welcome.
Now.
Yay!
I'm super excited.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling.
Oh, I love your show. Anytime. I'll be back.
Oh, thanks, Candace. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's see who's here. Sarah.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So I'm calling. I called you a few weeks ago, and you said that I would likely hear from my twin. Definitely, actually, you said by March 15th that he would ask me out for like a dinner and a dance.
I remember that.
I haven't heard from him though, unfortunately. So I'm kind of wondering what he's thinking, feeling. What is the current energy, or if anything's changed?
Well, and I just said this in one of my recent videos on YouTube, but timing is some readers won't even do timing. They won't even tell you anytime.
I know. Yeah.
But if a date pops in my head, then I say it, or if it seems kind of obvious to me. But even then, we jump timelines. And so all you have to do is have an idea or an epiphany or some kind of a breakthrough, and you'll just switch right over to another timeline. So
yeah, I'm not holding on to the timeline per se. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, he didn't contact me on the 15th, anything like that, because I know time changes, and there's also free will. I guess I just want to know what he's thinking or feeling about the connection and me, and where the energy stands.
All right, sounds good. Hang on. Huh. I feel like he's pacing and worrying about something. Did anything happen between you guys? It's like he knows.
We haven't
almost like
communication for a while now.
It feels like he's almost out of like his rent is about up. Like wherever he is, it's like he has to be wrapped up by the end of the month or something. He feels a little bit panicked for some reason, like really worried. I don't know if he's moving or if this is just like he's feeling like he needs to contact you soon, like feeling some pressure with that.
Yeah,
let's see.
It's been a while and we haven't been in contact. Like, I haven't seen him in a year.
I think he gave himself a deadline to contact you by March 31st, and I think he's getting really nervous because that date is coming up.
Okay.
And I think that he's mad at himself that he hasn't been able to like conjure up the courage yet.
It's so funny because I gave myself the deadline of April 1st. It's so funny
to
say that.
Funny.
I said, if he doesn't contact me by like April 1st, like I'm just going to like defriend him on my social media and move on with another guy, like for real. So that's my timeline in my head, April 1st.
So you guys were a day apart. That's crazy. Yeah, he's like, I feel it's so funny because I feel like he sits down to relax. He's like, I can't relax. I got it. Like, he jumps up and then he paces and then he sits back down again. I can't. And then he gets back up, paces. I can't. He talks himself out of it like every time, but he's getting close.
Okay. So you still feel that the
him.
connection is there, and he still has positive feelings, or like he wants to come together with me?
Yeah, and I just picked a random card. And it's the King of Swords. So he's all about communication. He's also about being logical and really thinking things through. And he's like the typical masculine. He's just like, I'm going to have my stuff together and I'm going to be really clear before I move forward. So that's where he's at. Is he just wants to? I just saw like the word sure-footed. He wants to feel like he's on solid ground before he moves forward. So maybe something got messed up, like maybe he got kicked out of the place he's living, or maybe he decided to move, or maybe something happened where it's kind of like ruined his original plan, or something. That's what it feels like. It's like something got kind of muddled up or something. And he's just like, do I contact her anyway? And do I just tell her what's going on? And I'm like, yes, yes, tell her what's going on.
Thing to do, so I know what's going on with him.
Yes, and it's like you guys don't have to be together yet, but communicate. You know, that's what I tell all the masculines that come to me. I'm just like, you don't have to be perfect when you come to her. Just have your heart on your sleeve and just be honest. That's all. Just tell her where you're at.
Do you feel anyone else on his radar? Like, I'm not sure if he's with someone or not, to be honest. I have no idea.
I do feel okay. So when I said that, no, I said that looking around in his environment, and then he was like, "No, there's nobody." And then, but I saw his hands were behind his back, and then I saw a girl like peek out, and so, but he's trying to like usher her out the door, and he's almost got her out. So, maybe there's somebody still kind of lingering that he wants to make sure that that's really cleared up before coming to you, because he doesn't want to have to like explain the situation, and that she still keeps trying to come over, and you know that she's just kind of like hanging on. So and she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
He's not like in love with her or anything like that.
No.
No.
It's like it's funny because she keeps peeking around like, "Who's that? What's going on?" Like at me peeking. And she's like, what is this? He's like, none of your business, trying to just usher her out. So I think that that's symbolic of like I think she knew something was up, like that he was in love with someone else. You might read, if you haven't watched the last reading that I did on YouTube for this coming week, it sounds just like that.
Okay. I'll definitely watch it then. I didn't watch it yet.
Okay. No, whoever this is does not matter to him whatsoever. She's just kind of annoying.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is all positive stuff. I'm still like super in love with him, so I hope that we end up communicating. You know.
Yeah, and I just got a yes that you will. So, you know, patience is the game right now.
Okay. But when we communicate, do you feel it'll be like heart-centered, based on heart-centered emotion, or I don't want it to be like a lower vibration when he's just, you know, using me to pass time, or it's boredom, or he's lonely. So I really worry about that as well.
Okay, so I don't know what kind of relationship you guys have had before, but I just saw him holding your hands and looking you in the eye, and just like it feels apologetic, but it also feels like I'm not going to feed you any bullshit. Here's what's going on. Like he has a serious tone, and yes, I would say heartfelt. It's not like he has a serious tone and he's like, you know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels like,
he's the one who ran and kind of ghosted and went silent, and
okay,
you know, so
yeah.
So, all right,
he's going to be apologetic, and he's going to be serious about rectifying the situation. It feels like I'll do anything to make this up to you. Just tell me what I need to do, and I would recommend that for anybody who's like, I don't know, sometimes there's been cheating going on, or there's been like whatever it is. It's like if any masculines are listening, just admit to what's going on, say you're sorry, and ask how you can make up for it. You know, it's like it's not fair either, you guys, for the feminine to hound them, and like if they've cheated, to be like constantly throwing it in their face for the rest of their lives. Don't do that, because you're going to ruin that relationship. And if you can come up with one thing, if he can ask you, you know, what is one thing that I can do maybe every week for you for the rest of my life to show you how much I love you, or to prove this to you, pick out that, you know, if he just has one thing that he has to do, that's so much better. But you have to agree to shut up about it. You have to like totally, it's off the table. No more discussions about it, because it just makes him feel really crappy. So
I
just thought I'd throw that out there for those types of situations. Yeah.
I know. Thanks so much, Amy. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Okie dokie. Smoky. Oh. Hey, Nalini.
Hey, Amy. How are you?
Good. I saw the little Nalini/Daisy update.
Yes, wanted to report first on Daisy. She is perfect, whole and complete. Her little puffy red tumor is all gone. It's just like one white little dot. And I want to thank you for that first. She's very, very happy. So
yay.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
that.
And thank you for the candle.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, Daisy
Appreciate that.
Spoil you. So I'm calling about me. There's this weird, it's kind of like a Charlie horse. You know, like when in your calf maybe, you might get a Charlie horse sometimes. Like it's really intense kind of cramp. But I get it like 3 inches to the right of my belly button. And it's like, I don't know what that's about. Every once in a while that comes, it seems to like come and go, but it's back. It's like debilitating.
There's an organ there. I'd be real careful because there's an organ there that like could explode or something. I don't, not to scare you. I'll work on it. Hang on. I'll work on it too. But there's like some kind of little organ there that's like,
is it a
if you don't, it's kind of like if you don't cleanse out your gallbladder, and if you have pain in your right arm or your right neck, like
my right elbow. And I wondered if those were related. I don't know.
I bet. I mean, typically speaking, without having to go to a healer like me or something, you could just do like a gallbladder cleanse and see if that takes care of it. You could look up several different kinds on Google. But usually that's a pain that happens when you're ignoring the gallbladder buildup and you haven't gotten rid of the gallstones. Most people don't even think to empty their gallstones out. But but let me talk to what's going on for a second. Ow. Okay. Yeah. Oof. It feels pretty full, whatever this is. I wish I need to learn the anatomy of the body better. And Gil, if you're listening to this, I will. All right. He teaches all right. Can you make it hurt right now? I should have asked you pain first.
Yeah, it just comes at weird times, you know?
Okay. It looks like I've cleared it out.
Okay. Any suggestions coming besides a gallbladder cleanse? Anything else coming up?
I guess just if you're going to eat fatty foods, take a gallbladder, some kind of gallbladder pill, something to help dissolve it. I get lemon, lemon is really good for cutting through things. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but these are just images that are coming to me. It's just lemon. They're showing me lemon.
Okay.
But yeah, let me see what else.
Is that related to like the elbow?
Oh,
pain?
Also, yes. Yeah, it's all related.
Weird.
Is your elbow hurting right now?
Yeah, it's like a tennis elbow kind of weirdness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, it's not like. It's just like, you know, when I shuffle my cards, that's when it hurts.
They're like, don't shuffle your cards. Stop obsessing. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it hurt right now, or can you put a number on it?
Golly, it's probably like a 3 or 4.
All right.
But, you know.
Okay, let me talk to it for a minute. Hang on. Okay, so one of the things that came to me earlier, and it's coming up again, is laughter. Like laughter therapy. Okay. One thing you could do is just before bed, laugh your butt off for no reason, just for 5 to 10 minutes. And just laugh that you're laughing and laugh. Just keep laughing and laughing. You could watch. Okay. I love watching cat videos when they slam at things. Like, you know, it's just like cat or dog, like animal videos, or like mishaps and things. Oh my gosh, that stuff cracks me up. So you can watch that just before bed. Move it around.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
It wants. It's so cute. It wants some like love. It wants you to like rub it and smile at it and love it like it's a child. Our organs are really funny that way. That's why
Is that my elbow or my cramp? Both.
Elbow. No, your kramp's taken care of. Your elbow wants you like treating it really sweet because it's like you get mad at it. And it wants you to be really sweet to it instead. And it's like, it's really funny because Qigong masters, like really good masters, when they're working on their own organs and they're trying to like boost the chi in their body, they imagine smiley faces all over their body. So it's really cute. And the organs, when you're interacting with even inanimate objects or organs or whatever you're doing as an energy worker, it knows your life too. So it knows the whole smiley face thing that I know from my training. So it's like, yeah, have her do that for me. Isn't that cute?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Yeah. So it feels better.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it does. It still wants attention, but it's better.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, something else is coming through for a second. Hang on.
Okay.
You're stronger than you know. And it's like you're trying to put on a strong face, but you should tap into the fact that you know that you're strong. Just know it. A flexible kind of strong, like a reed. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like about resilience. It's about knowing you're going to be just fine. So maybe you could use we were talking about affirmations. Use the affirmation, I am so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. And just do that when you're putting a smiley face on your elbow.
Okay, very good. All right, last question. The twin is supposed to take me out to lunch this week.
Okay. Ooh.
Is there anything he's going to say, or is there anything his higher self would like to let me know, or is he going to say anything in the 3D?
Okay, let me see. He wants to feel you out, actually. I think he's going to ask you a lot of questions, kind of drill you to see where you're at. And then he's going to kind of coil back a minute and think about it before he comes forward with an offer. He wants to really hear you out first. There are a lot of things he's kind of confused about or that he's not quite sure about. So he just wants to make sure you guys are kind of on the same page about some things. And then that's it. Then you're good.
All right. All right. We'll see. All right. Thank you so much for all the help.
You're welcome. Good luck. Let me know how your elbow and your other thingy go.
I will. Have a good night, Amy.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is Michelle, and I'm a first-time caller.
Yay.
And so
welcome.
I'm glad. Yes, thank you. I've been listening to you for quite a while, and I actually recently got a quick relationship spread from you. I was the one who met who I feel like is my twin on 8/8/18. So,
oh my gosh. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was calling tonight just to kind of see if you could, look into the energy kind of from his side, and just to kind of give you a quick, background. We did just meet in August, so it hasn't been a very long time since we've known each other, but we both had just gotten out of, he had just gotten divorced, and I had been separated for about a year at that time. And so we had very similar kind of marriages too. Like once we started talking, like our timelines were really similar and kind of some of the stuff that we went through. But we were introduced by a mutual friend, And it was one of those situations where, again, we had both gotten out of these long-term relationships, and my friend was like, hey, you just need to go out and have fun and just have, basically a hookup, which is not really something that I am, have ever really done. But I was like, I'm up for the adventure, sure. And kind of he apparently was the same way. And so we met, and then, of course, had a connection beyond that. And I think we're kind of at a point where we kind of don't know what to do, because that was how we started the relationship, was kind of like this, basically this hookup. It's not anything going to be serious. And then it's kind of turned out to be more. And we've never really, but yet we've never gone beyond, say, like friendship. And so we do stay in contact, but maybe I see him like once a month. We talk every, say, 3 or 4 days. But again, it's very surface level, I guess you'd say. So I'm kind of at a point now where I feel like, do I need to be the one to say this? But yet I'm afraid if I do, like, it's going to send him running. So I was just going to see if you could kind of look into that.
Did you guys, you only hooked up the once, or is he now friends with benefits?
No. So again, like I said, we haven't, it's one of those things where when we do see each other, we usually do, have an intimate relationship. But then, but yet before, but we talk for like hours and hours and hours. It's just really hard to explain.
Okay.
But there have been a few times, a couple of times where we've just gone out to dinner, or we've, just hung out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I feel it. I'm in it.
Okay.
All right. So I think one of the things that you need to do for your own sake and for your own self-love,
right,
is set some boundaries. Like, figure out what it is that you truly want from the situation, and then, lay it out real clear for him. And if he doesn't want that too, then you move on.
Right.
I definitely wouldn't be doing, I wouldn't continue to have sex with him like that if there's no commitment involved.
And we really haven't.
Only because it's not working for you.
Right, exactly.
There are situations where friends with benefits works, but I just don't think this is one of them.
Right, definitely not in this situation. Yeah, and I think he kind of, I get the feel. That's another thing. We really found out we were very similar, just kind of in our personalities, and I feel like he feels the same way. Like because he's not one who's like, hey, let's get together and, have sex. So it's not that he's pushing that, and he never pushes that when we're together. And the last couple of times that he took me out to dinner, and so it hadn't really been the focus, but I think it kind of lingers there because that was kind of how we were set up, if that makes sense. So I think we're kind of, and we're both very, I wouldn't say shy, but, he's not very forward in terms of like expressing his feelings or anything like that. Yeah, right.
A lot of the masculines really have a problem expressing those feelings.
Right.
Okay, so hang on a minute. I think he's willing. to have a relationship. But it's kind of like he's saying that we're dancing around the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
definitely.
I think he already knows that it's starting to go that direction.
Uh-huh.
So maybe you just propose an idea that would work, that you feel would work for both of you.
Right.
Like, if we're going to keep this arrangement, let's go out for dinner beforehand. And let's introduce this idea, or let's start talking about that. Like, you can go slow. It's not like you have to jump, steps ahead, but just like one step or two steps. You know, it's like sometimes these guys just got to get their feet wet a little bit before they feel comfortable. Right. He's got to know that he can talk to you also, like that he is safe telling you things that are very vulnerable for him to talk about. And I do feel he's got a hint of that, but he's just been burned so much before.
Right.
So it's like,
I think I've been, aware of that. And that's why, because I have pushed him. And when I say push, I just mean like, I've been there's been a couple of times we live about an hour away, and I've just like stopped in and just to say hey, and because he's very introverted, and I don't think he has a whole lot of really close relationships, and he's kind of one of those people that kind of has to be pulled out of their shell. And so he's made the comment to me a couple of times that he feels like that I've started to break down his walls, and he feels like he can talk to me. So I do feel like we've gotten a little bit there, but I feel like just like you said, it's like the elephant in the room, and we kind of want to backtrack, but we just don't know how to do that since sex has already been, a part of the relationship.
Well, then maybe don't yank the sex away. Just say, let's introduce more of the other stuff too.
Right. Okay.
I think that's the way to go with him.
So if I'm the one to bring it up, he's not going to just like freak out and run away.
Well, I'm trying to feel into the way that you can mention it.
Right.
Mention it like, have you ever thought of, what about this idea? Like you're brainstorming together. Right. You could say, I think what we have is pretty awesome, but I think it could be better. Have you ever thought if we do this or if we do that, like how cool that would be? I would do it like a curiosity. Have you ever thought about and just see how he responds to that?
Okay.
I definitely, not to come down like all hard on him.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Just be like, treat him like a friend. Treat him like a friend, and you're curious about a new idea, and you just kind of want to run it past him.
Right.
I don't think he'll run from that.
Okay.
Just keep it light.
Right. So do you kind of see anything else? Like, do you feel like he's feeling the same for me? He's been through quite a bit just personally lately with some health issues. And so I think he just has a lot on his plate. But again, I think part of me kind of wonders, like, is he my twin flame? Am I just totally crazy, Am I reading this wrong?
No, he's feeling the same way, and he's also thinking about similar things. He's just too scared to talk about it. So yeah, give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, do it so some guys, especially when they're like that, you almost don't want to look them square in the face. I know that sounds weird, but like shoulder to shoulder, like guys fishing, how they talk when they're standing on the bank of the river and they throw so try to say it at a time. Maybe you guys have just had sex and you're just laying on your backs, and you're not really looking at each other. You're just kind of like looking up at the ceiling talking. Maybe something like that. Or maybe when you guys are walking out the door from dinner and you're holding hands, or I don't know if you guys haven't been doing that, but just kind of walking along, reflecting, going back home, or a moment like that.
Okay.
A moment like that, because they get pretty intimidated sometimes when you look them straight in the eyes and you address something big like that.
Right.
It's like,
right. Yeah, I can see that with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So do you think now would be an okay time to do that, or should I let him kind of get through this? It would be okay. All right.
Yeah, I think it'll be good, because I really feel like you guys are feeling it just as much as each other.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't really see I'm trying to look at all these different ways that you approach him on that, and it really doesn't look like you're going to ruin anything. He feels pretty solid. So even if you do feel like you kind of screw up, I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. He'll probably just bounce back the next day, and you guys will cover the subject again and kind of straighten it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good night.
You have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Amy? Hey. This is Kim. Hi.
Hi.
I have a question.
Okay.
I wanted to know if I have a twin and also what my husband is to me.
Ooh. I actually got a no on the twin. But I
would have been stunned if he
Oh, okay. Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm not letting you down.
Oh no.
And for your husband, I feel like he's a soulmate.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Have you watched the video that I have on the different types of true love, or how to know if this is the one?
Well, I don't think he's the one, but no, I haven't.
Well, the one that asks, how to know if this person is the one, it actually goes into all the different types of true love relationships so that you can help identify them, so you can identify them.
Ah, okay. So, I will definitely look for that for sure.
Is he like really pretty, is it pretty easy, pretty comfortable, pretty?
No.
Oh, it's not?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me feel into him. What's his first name? Just
Frank?
the first. Okay, hang on. Okay. Why are you in that?
Practical reasons. I try not to reside in the same state with him for most of the time, but yeah.
He's got a real badger energy. Feels like badger.
He's very unhealed and really intense, and he's got a lot of
aggression.
Yes. He tries really hard not to, but yeah, he's hard to be around. He's very intense.
He's like a pop that's shaken up and it's not coming out of the can, and
yeah.
you know that if you say something, it's gonna just explode. A lot of pent up emotions.
Walking on eggshells kind of deal. Yeah, and he's just not aware of any of that. So all of his reactivity is it's everybody else's fault and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, so I want to see. That does not sound like a soulmate to me. So I'm going to ask why they showed me soulmate. Maybe you have a soulmate coming in. Yeah, they said remove. It's like remove that. Can you get a divorce? Can you get rid of him?
I'm working on it.
Because they said it's really not healthy. Like it's not good for you.
Yeah.
And is there a guy that you've been interested in?
No.
Okay, so let me feel into this soulmate thing. Hang on. I think there's somebody who knows you already who's interested.
I can't imagine who it would be. I don't interact with any males. I work from home. I don't even meet people.
I was just going to say he could be a neighbor. Huh. So is it that, okay, yeah. You've got a soulmate coming in, and yeah, he already knows you or knows of you. It's not like you guys maybe you don't know each other's names or whatever, but yeah, you guys definitely know about each other.
Interesting. Any idea what state he's in right now?
The state he's in?
Yeah, because I have places in 2 states.
What are the 2 states?
Washington and California.
California.
Interesting.
Okay, so let me describe him. That way, if you run into him, you'll know that's him. Hang on a minute.
Okay. That's a great idea.
Some of the things I see.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I think one of the talents he has is like, what do they call that, magical spoons or something, where you could play music by taking a couple of spoons and putting them butt to butt? I don't.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. I know what you're talking about. Oh, God only knows why I know what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about. So I just need to be on the lookout for some guy walking down the street playing the spoons.
There's my guy. There's my guy, the spoon guy. Oh my God. Oh Lord. So okay, so obviously he's got a great sense of humor. He's patient, he's caring, he's a good listener, he's kind. He pretty much tries to like kind of stay out of your business in a way. It's like he's kind of reclusive almost.
Person that I have had on that I wrote out in my vision or whatever for my future.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I love it.
He's really cool. I like him. That must mean that you're manifesting him. You know, he's in your vortex. So
yeah.
He's about to get spit out in your life. I feel like it's going to be like within the next couple months. You got to wrap stuff up. They're saying you got to wrap stuff up though with the other guy. You got to close that chapter to show that you've got faith in this new person coming.
I know. That's the thing is I have this huge fear around doing that. My work is turbulent right now. Like there's so much stuff up in the air right now. Like he's got the health insurance and now my work is kind of, so I'm like really.
Okay, so anybody listening, anything that you think that you need from your partner so you're staying there, say some affirmations. You can manifest it yourself, whatever that is. Have some faith in your own manifestation abilities and your own abilities to take care of yourself and all those needs. There isn't any reason you should have to stay stuck in a relationship you don't want to be in.
I know, it's ridiculous, right? I've actually been working on that. I've been meditating on it and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, get yourself free. Get a low-cost insurance plan. Get whatever you have to do. It's all about freedom right now. Get free.
It is, and that's actually the big word I use in my meditation. So I love that you used that exact word. Of course you did.
Well, I wonder why.
I know. All right. Any other good messages for me before I sign off?
They just showed me an hourglass, so
okay.
I think that's an hourglass. It's just kind of like in a minute, but it could also mean like be patient. But it's also kind of like don't keep watching the pot boil. Just kind of really get in the moment. I usually say a baseball for the moment, but yeah, they're saying I'm going the right place. So. Just try to stay in the moment and just enjoy yourself as much as you can and get rid of your excess baggage. Once you get rid of the baggage and you drop it, you'll be good. This guy, you're going to usher in this new guy.
Okay. Righty. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Thanks, you too.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let me get back here. All right. Okay. Hello. Hi.
So this is Charity. I called a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, about my twin. You had mentioned to me about he had come back in and we talked about cooking his favorite food. At this point, there was no communication for a while. Even I had reached out just to we had talked about getting together. I reached out to kind of see if that was happening, and there was nothing, so I just kind of like let it be.
Okay.
I went on a trip for work and kind of vacation, and felt like I was in a really good place. And of course, what happens? I received a text from him, and then
you did what?
I received a text from him. Like, he communicated with me, but it was very basic.
I thought you said something about sex with him.
Oh,
and you
no.
said it so casually. I just had sex with him.
Yeah, just a cute random Monday. No, a text from him.
Okay.
And then the next week, which was weird, but kind of didn't really surprise me, and it was a very casual text. And then the next week, he sent me another message on the same day, like it was another Monday. But the message that he sent was very vulgar, and which might have been appropriate if we had been like communicating regularly, being intimate sexually. I might have been okay with it, but it felt very disrespectful. Set my boundaries.
Wow.
And was like, "Don't speak to me this way." And then he
you mean
it
was
like
just it was like very sexual?
It was not sexual in a flirty. It was like it was crass and rude, and I didn't appreciate it.
Well, that's probably what I was picking up on when I was thinking that you said sex. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I told him not to speak to me that way. And he kind of like laughed, and he was like, "Oh, I was just, joking." And I was like, "Regardless, I don't appreciate it." And he was like, "Oh, my apologies." And so then I was like, "Well, how was your weekend?" Not to like tell him that you can speak to me, just not that way.
Right.
Yeah. But at this point, I'm kind of I'm over it. I feel like I'm exhausted, and I love him very much, but it feels like at a distance. I met someone when I was on my trip. And I also kind of would like to know if that connection was anything, like a soulmate. I had met that person once before. He is a friend of my brother's, and we all got together, and I'm going back out to California actually tomorrow for my birthday, and have like job interviews and stuff coming up, and we're supposed to see each other while I'm out there. I know this is a whole lot of stuff, but kind of wanted to see.
So you want to know
with the soulmate, and also what the twin flame, if this person is a soulmate, and if the twin flame is, what is going on with that? Because I am at this point ready to just, I know there's no true release, but I'm just kind of like, I can't. I'm done.
Good. Congrats. I think that's always a good conclusion to come to, because I mean, you gotta have your self-respect, and you gotta feel like if you're not being treated the way you want to be treated, then why mess around? But also being being loving toward him like you are, and just being, as long as you respect me and you talk to me nice, then I'm happy to talk to you as much as you want. Right. Doesn't mean, that you're ready for a relationship. And if you're not ready for a relationship and another guy is, and that's what I want, then that's what I'm going to do. So a lot of these twin flames are going to be missing out, because they've totally, and as far as I'm concerned, they're really missing the window if they haven't been taking action yet. So these soul flames are coming through to kind of take the baton and run.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let me see why your twin's been acting that way. Because you know why? Because he's used to talking that way with girls.
Mhm.
It's gross. That's just gross. I don't get it. I don't get people like, oh my gosh, I took to girlfriends who get like dick pics and stuff all the time, and I'm just like, that's disgusting. Like, and then I know guys who are getting boob pics and everything. Oh, and everything. I don't know why things are evolving this way on our planet. I just think people are lacking class. But that's what he's used to, unfortunately. Yeah. And so it's like that's his language, and that's all he knows. It's kind of sad. It's kind of cute, but it's kind of sad because it's like that's all he knows. And it just
feel
makes
bad for him.
I know. It's like a little monkey trying to come in the room.
It's like, oh, you poor thing. Look at that. That's so sad. I don't know what to tell you, but this is not going to work. Yeah.
I know. And it's like, okay, so, let me feel into this for just a minute. What is he doing? I honestly think that he thought you were going to like laugh or something, like that he thought you would, that you'd be somehow flattered.
I think so, because we like got together around New Year's and hooked up a little bit, and then we had plans to get together and maybe like go out and then potentially hook up again. But that was 3 months ago. But it might have been a little different. If you guys had kept going, and like, throws a stick in the spokes. It's like, what? Oh gosh. Oh, it reminds me of a time my friend did send me a dick pic. I just wanted to see like what kind of stuff is circulating right now, and it shocked me. And then somehow I ended up uploading to my phone and into my computer. And I'm just randomly going through some things, minding my own business. And this picture of this dick just pops up in my face. And I just turned beet red. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I was, so that's probably what it felt for you. It's like, excuse me, out of the blue. So, it was like a lack of communication. And the last time it was just so casual. And it was like, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. I can't.
I'm not ready for this.
He's not ready for this.
Oh my gosh, poor guy. He was probably all revved up and ready in that moment too. And he just went boom, just like pricked that balloon. Okay, so let's see here. I mean, he meant well, but yeah. A lot of these guys, when they are, after separation for a while, they do try to come back in a playful way. And I love that. I love the playfulness and I love the humor, and I'm all for it, and we know that a lot of these guys, they're going to be doing that. But so maybe you should reach out to him in a sweet way, like kind of show him how you want to be talked to. Maybe you should just say something sweet back, and just be like, hey, something casual and playful the way you like. And just kind of see if he responds to that. If he responds to that, then maybe it's just a matter of kind of tweaking it to where you guys could be on the same page, kind of being playful in the same way, So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't just completely X him out yet. That was kind of a dumb move, but he thought it was going to be, he really thought it was going to work. Huh?
I think he did. I haven't dismissed him completely, but it's like I feel like at this point I'm not putting not energy, but the reach.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I would just be kind of like putting him way back on the back burner, way back there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like you're all the way to the back of the line. You. Yeah. Okay.
So you could tell him that you already told him that felt disrespectful and everything, but and you already did kind of like, so how's your day and that kind of thing. But I would do kind of a flirty, playful thing that isn't gross sometime, and just see what happens, and just see. And now let's look at the new guy. Because I do feel like your twin wants to be with you. I mean, I don't know if he wants to be with you. Like, I don't know if he's really ready for like a grown-up commitment right now. But I just felt him give me a dirty look when I said that. He was like, "Excuse me, like it's judgmental." I'm just saying, you know, I just, you know, he's like, I'm ready. He says, I'm ready. How are you? Like, okay, let me just talk to him for a second. Hang on. What do you mean you're ready? You don't seem ready to me. He says that he's just really really, he feels a lot of pressure to be super awesome for you, and he doesn't know how to do that. It's like he thinks he has to not be himself to be awesome for you, which is really bizarre. So he's like, why is it bizarre? He's done that in every relationship. It's just sad. It's like, he's like, stop it. So, all right. So in order to have a really good connection with somebody, and this is your twin flame, if you want to have a really good connection with her, then you got to show up authentic. Just be yourself. Just be casual. Just be fun. Be playful. Just tell her the truth. Tell her what's been going on. Tell her what's on your heart. He's like, there's an idea. That's funny. Yeah, he's like, I like that. I like that. That feels good. He's like, maybe I'll ask her for dinner. Yeah, that's a good idea. Something like just a conversation. Just a conversation would be good. He's like, yeah. Okay. So just, you know, just quit the trying. Quit the trying. Nobody has to really try in this kind of relationship. It's like these true love relationships, man, they've been together for millions of years, not millions, but a lot of years, a lot of past lives. They're very familiar with each other on a soul level. There's no needing to impress them. There's no needing to perform or try, or, you know, it's like there's going to be effort need to be made once you get in the relationship, because both of you will be triggered and need healing. But there's not really going to be this thing of like, you don't need to impress each other. You guys like met each other and you loved each other, and that's as simple as it is. So don't worry about trying to impress the person, if you know what I mean. Okay, so he's going to make some kind of an attempt within the next 3 weeks, I feel. And or you could send something playful and kind of cute to him and see how he responds. Okay, so let's look at the next guy. First name?
Chuck. Charles.
What?
Charles or
Charles?
Chuck?
Okay.
He goes by Chuck.
Okay, hang on. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's taking you quite seriously. It's like he's impressed by you. I feel him kind of puffing up. For some reason, he's showing me like a sailor. Maybe he used to be a sailor in a past life or something. But he's like, he has integrity. He really wants to do right by you. The feel between these two guys is like unbelievably different. Like the other one seems like so immature, and this new guy just seems like, dang, you know, like where you been? So, okay, I think he could even be a soul flame.
Yeah.
But let's see if you guys are doing a separation naturally, aren't you? Because you guys live in different places?
We live across the country. Yeah, I'm in D.C. and he's in California.
Okay, so that's really cool though, because it's like nature has done the separation, and as soon as you guys can get together and you guys are ready, you will. So, let me feel. No, he's all about it. He's all about it. I don't think you got a thing to worry about with this new guy. It feels really good. It feels solid. It feels like he wants to go forward. He's already thinking that way. He wants to get to know you. I feel like this other guy, he'd just be like playing around and stuff. I don't even know if does he ask you anything about yourself?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I was just saying that with a friend of mine. I go, with Chuck, it feels like he's invested because he asks and he follows up. And with my twin, it's like I told him about all these things that are important to me, and he just kind of just bypasses it like it doesn't matter anymore. It's
right?
Yeah.
You know, these twins make us realize our worth, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what's beautiful about it. Okay. So yeah, I would go with the new guy if I were you. But I mean, I would leave the door open for miracles, but you know, I would definitely go with the new guy. He feels really good.
He does. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Okay, 2 more calls. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Okay, 1 more call. Hello?
Hi, Amy.
Hi, who's this?
Hello? Hi. Hi, this is Catherine. Hi.
Oh, hi.
I was just calling because, well, first of all, I want to tell you, I watched your podcast and I got a Moldavite at your suggestion, and it made a really big difference for me.
Oh, good.
In getting like stuff done and just being more productive with with as many tasks that I can muster. I have trouble getting things done. I feel a little unproductive sometimes, and it's been really cool to see how it worked overnight.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's awesome. But I wanted to call today because I'm in kind of a difficult place. I always have been a planner for my career and found something I was really passionate about, and it required extra schooling, and I worked really, really hard to get there for a really long time. And it's basically just about killed me trying to get through the courses. And I had to stop going. I moved somewhere new to continue them and everything, and I had to stop going because I wasn't able to handle it. And it's been really devastating, and I've been working at this for several years, and I don't like being behind. I'm already very behind now, given the amount of time it's taken. And I've just kind of forced myself to look at other areas, other things that I might be really passionate about, because I felt like it really was my mission. It made me really happy. And it's been hard to find something else that makes me that happy. And so now I'm just looking for jobs. I'm applying to jobs. And I'm just not very motivated because I don't feel like the same happiness that I felt.
What is it that's getting in the way of you being able to do it now?
I think just basically my body kind of collapsed when I was taking classes last semester, and I just feel like I've failed or had to withdraw before failing from a class 4 times, and it's a hit to my ego and it's a hit to my body, and it just kind of every time, even though I believe in myself, something goes wrong, and I'm reminded that whatever it is, I need to fix something about myself in order to be able to handle it. And it gets into a bigger picture. Since I've found this passion, I've realized that I was on a twin flame journey, and I want to step into my power. I want to feel like I'm on a mission. I want to be able to pursue what I love, because that's going to be best for me and for my connection. And I want to be happy regardless of my twin flame situation. And I know that in order, I've been in separation for a long time, and I know that in order to come back, I really need to be in my power. I want to be, and I know that, not hearing anything from my twin, it's probably that's one of the reasons why I need to be in my, in a good place and going towards something that matters to me. I've thought of a couple other career options that I just don't, I'm lost, and I've never been lost before with regards to what I want to do with my future.
So you didn't graduate the program that you were in?
I have a degree. No, I did not graduate. And it's something that I would really like to get through, but it's medical school. I'm going to go to medical school. And so even once I finish the required courses to even apply, I have many years ahead of me. And I was willing to do that for a very long time, and now I'm exhausted. And I need to be it's time for me to start really making money and not being a student and working part-time jobs and stuff. So I don't know. Is there
something that doesn't require as much schooling, like becoming a naturopath or a healer or something else that's in the healthcare field?
I've done a lot of exploring with that, and that doesn't resonate with me as much as I use those services for myself and I believe in them. I'm a system changer, and for me, I find that being on the front lines where everybody goes to, then I can do more work because I can introduce those naturopathic options being backed by a very traditional degree. And I would really like to do well in a very earth-based environment and bring those gifts into the earth-based environment. And that's what I've been doing when I've been working in healthcare for a long time, and it's been very powerful, and I don't want to change it.
So what are those other options that you've been looking at?
I have loosely considered like law, international law.
Okay.
Maybe integrating public health in with international law.
Yeah.
That looks good. I've always, so that would require more school as well, and school is a problem. I always wanted to be an attorney when I was a child, and it wasn't until I discovered medicine when I was older that I liked it so much, and I completely changed. But I guess that could feel like mission work.
All right, so let me feel into what's going on with you in school for a minute, what the blockage is.
Okay.
Hang on. Pressure is one. I feel like you're comparing yourself. You're too much of a perfectionist, or your bar is too high. Instead of just enjoying the learning, you're looking at it in the wrong way.
Okay.
You're not. You got to get into the information that you're studying and love what you're learning about.
Okay.
Really enjoy it,
my
integrate it.
But I actually enjoy the classes. It's just been, maybe you're right. Maybe I could look at it a different way.
I'm talking about like the studying aspect.
Like the act of sitting down to study, like looking forward to it as I want to learn this chapter. It's interesting.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
And because
it
feels
like mind blowing, so it's kind of hard.
It kind of feels and it kind of feels like there's a competitive nature to it that comes out in you. And I just feel that's the way we're taught.
We have to get A's or else we can't apply to medical school.
Okay. So let me look at you going to law school.
I come from a line of surgeons too, so.
See, I knew there was some kind of pressure. Competitive pressure. I wondered if it was family. So let me, and you're comparing yourself to them too. So it could be a way that you're kind of sabotaging yourself so that you don't have to get compared to them. You know what I mean? You're just like, I kind of dropped out. It wasn't for me.
Absolutely never going to be any competition with family because they're so accomplished. I never even tried to get close to being as
I would say
successful as they are.
All right. So if you're going to stay in school for this, then you're going to have to overcome like the mental aspect of it. And I really feel like you would excel if you did that, because I just think that you could just look at it differently. You could, if you take them completely out of the equation, I think you would soar. If they were out of your head.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
You'd do very well. If you were more coming from a place of wanting to help people, then you were thinking about that stuff. And it's like so subconsciously ingrained though. So one of the things that you could do is do like Byron Katie's work on the stressful thoughts surrounding that whole family dynamic. That's one thing I would recommend if you want to keep going down that route, which it does seem like you would have to also, like, you would just have to do like every stressful thought you can imagine. Like what happens when you graduate and then you guys are like, talking around Thanksgiving and bantering about who has the best answer for this or that, like somehow looking forward to it or seeing that being kind of a fun thing, like changing in your mind, changing how it all plays out or the dynamic of it. Okay. So
I've been using a coach to help me get past that, and I don't know if it's really helped. I felt it's expensive, and I felt a little discouraged after the last session, so I didn't know if I should keep going to that person or if I should try something else.
Well, I wouldn't waste your money because I think that Byron Katie's work is very cheap. You just buy a book or an audio. And
this is $200 something a session, so yeah, that's better.
No, yeah, you can do it at home, at your kitchen table or your living room. by just spending about a half an hour to 45 minutes on each thought. And when you learn how to do it really well, it goes fast and it starts to unravel those stressful thoughts completely.
Okay.
So that your brain doesn't even attach to that anymore. Awesome. Oh, awesome. Okay. It'll save your life. Trust me. I mean, you will be like,
I'm
so
willing
glad
to try anything. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So if you go the law route, let me feel that out for a minute. It feels like that kind of pressure is gone from the other, so you might do better, but
I don't have any lawyers in my family.
Okay. Yeah, so that aspect will be gone, which would make you excel. You would do good at it, and you'd also kind of feel like, I know something you don't know.
Yeah.
So that could be good for that aspect. And then you could take the knowledge that you have and apply it toward the other thing you were saying you were going to do. What was the other thing?
Like using public health with law, or like I want to do international law. So if I could, I mean, if I have to do something that's not health related, that's fine. But some way to help people. And yeah.
So let me feel out which one would be better for you. So
I'm
should you go the law
programs as well?
What other different type of programs, or are those ones
I'm
within that?
Like I'm very lost, so I'm looking at like Masters of Public Health programs overseas. I'm looking at to go into like international health, and I'm also looking at like considering law school.
I feel the international health of those.
Too.
Yeah.
And specifically, I was looking in the UK. Like, is the UK a good place for me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks good.
Okay. Maybe I could, and a lot of the programs are like international relations as well, like, and public health. I mean, because they seem to be either or. I haven't been able to find the combo, like international development and health. It's always been like international affairs or health. I can't find one that combines the two.
Well, the cool thing is when you go into one of these other aspects, it's going to be something that your family doesn't do, so you'll already be better. If that makes sense. You're going to get that little mental workaround that you need.
Okay. All
right. If you want to explore it more too, we could do a private session.
Yeah, I would really. And do you recommend for first sessions it'd be like a full 45 minutes?
You would get a lot accomplished in just 20 minutes. You'd be surprised, but 45 is nice for really, really getting to know you.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely want to. Also, is it okay if I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to get like a check-in with my twin because we're not speaking at all. I felt very guided to reach and just let him know that I would be happy to hear from him if he, if he were ever ready, whenever he was ready, I would receive him basically. And I haven't heard anything, and I didn't expect an answer, and that's fine. And obviously, I have a much bigger fish to fry right now. But I just was wondering, like, if I had any blocks to that happening, is it this that's keeping me from him, or I don't know.
Okay. I just heard get ready.
Okay.
And I feel some energy on my crown chakra. I think he's feeling you intuitively. I think he's getting signs and synchronicities about you. I think he feels really connected to you. Is he going to reach out to her anytime soon? Yes. When is he going to reach out to her? Within a couple months. It feels like he's making a lot of big changes and shifts in his life right now. Kind of like the previous caller. Like I don't know if he's moving or he's got a new job, or just feels like a lot of changes are happening, and he's wanting to come to you feeling more solid and secure about things.
Okay.
He also may have been dating someone or is still kind of tapering off from it. He's trying
been
to
in a relationship for a long time.
Okay, so it's like I think he's really concerned about hurting her.
Oh.
and that's unfortunate because they stay in these situations that aren't even meant for them, and they keep the other person from finding their true love too. And a lot of, guilt can be such a manipulator, can't it?
Yeah. Really.
I mean, because she probably senses that he feels guilty, so she plays it up. So it's like, but I do feel him kind of looking for an opportunity to get out of there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I've kind of been hoping that it ended, like a year ago, I was thinking it was going to end, and I called like a couple months ago, and you said it would be 3 weeks before he reached out, and
and he didn't reach out at that time?
No, okay. And there's been one time, like at the beginning of this month, like maybe a couple weeks ago, where I felt like extremely close to him, like I've never... he gets so energetically close to me, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, that's what I feel. It's so weird. It's so weird.
And he won't respond if I reach out. I've reached out 2 or 3 times over the last year and a half, I think.
It's guilt about you, guilt about her. It's like just guilt all around is keeping him from it.
Okay.
From moving forward. If you find somebody else in the meantime, I would just do that. Because he feels pretty stuck. Like he might communicate with you sometime, and whatever I said, I don't remember what I said. I've talked to so many people tonight.
Oh yeah, you just said that he would be very
within like a couple months or something.
And you said within like 3 weeks. I guess it was a couple months ago, but you said that he'd.
No, I mean tonight. Please. Did I give you a time a minute ago?
Oh no. Oh, you said a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple months. So I feel like let me just feel into what's going to happen in a couple months. It's just kind of going to be like a hey, how you doing thing. I don't feel like he's in any kind of a rush.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that he's not in a rush. So it could be fear. It's fear and guilt, just fear and guilt, keeping him completely stuck. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Been in separation for almost 4 years. So it's been.
Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Oh my gosh.
The time before that was 4 years, so it's been a long 12 years.
Wow. Well, if I were you, somebody really cool asked you out, I'd say yes.
Yeah, I haven't found anybody cool. But yeah, I guess I'll just.
Well, then maybe you be that cool person.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing
out and have fun.
The whole time. Yeah, that's okay. I really did think he was going to come forward, and had made a decision already to come forward. So,
I think that somehow something, if that's what I was, if you're getting that information from me and that's what I was feeling at that time, something's happened, something shifted, something changed, because he just really just feels like kind of blah right now. But the good thing is, sometimes when they're feeling this blah and this down and this guilty, they break. They finally have just had enough. They get to the brink and they're just like, you know what? And then all of a sudden their whole life turns upside down. And they really want to shake things up. And the fact that he has changes going on right now, that's a very positive thing. So change is good. Change is good. Change usually, it can mean that they're going to be getting rid of their karmic, kind of a logical thing when everything, it's like while you're reevaluating your new job, may as well reevaluate your relationship and whether that's really fulfilling for you or not for the long term,
Yeah. And then in the meantime, for me, I'm trying to look for jobs too. So should I just apply to school and look for a part-time job, or should I keep going for these jobs that I'm not really crazy about?
Okay, let's see. So between a part-time job or a job you're not crazy about?
Yeah, like should I just try and go to school as soon as possible?
I definitely wouldn't do anything that doesn't make you happy. If it makes you happy, do it. If it's part-time and it makes you happy, even better.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't do the jobs you don't want to do.
Okay.
Because it's all about keeping a high vibe right now. Don't worry though, because if you've really been working on yourself, if you've really been pretty diligent about that, you've got somebody really incredible in your vortex about to manifest.
Okay.
So keep your spirits up. You know, keep a good attitude, and just know that somebody incredible is coming. And you know what? You can even write down what you want to manifest. Make a list of how you want it to be, and include in there, no more waiting.
Okay.
You know, for anybody.
Yeah.
This next guy's going to come through, and he's going to be ready right now.
Okay.
Be praying about that and be
good.
like, write that list and manifest it in the new moon, whatever kind of ceremony you need to do. Set your intentions to not fool around anymore, not waste any more time.
Okay. That sounds good.
Right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome. All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I know there are more of you on here, but I'm having technical difficulties right now. And this show has gone on really a long time tonight. So I'm going to say goodnight to y'all. Thank you so much for calling and listening. And thank you so much for watching this on YouTube. If anybody wants a personal reading, wants to talk to me for like 20, 45 minutes, you can go to amysatori.com/services and arrange that. It's a really nice, easy process to go through. And I do have availability right now, so it would be a good time to get a reading. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. Have a great night. Bye.